in the library. We had the nicest team, Angus. We could tell them all about history, and David Smith could do all their math, but we weren't but here was the thing about Josh. He was so infectious that we won the district title, not by beating guys, just by sheer numbers. Just by sheer numbers. It was a horrible day at regionals, and we had to actually beat some people, but Josh was able to draw people in to him. And why didn't you laugh when you saw, what was his name? Jungle Josh. Jungle Josh, what a dude. And you would know that Kyle would stick him on a wild horse when Josh didn't even know how to drive a truck. And he gave him a horse that couldn't jump over white lines. The track kind of has white lines on it. I thought we were going to have a disaster, but that was incredible. Come on, keep going, guys. Come on up here and share if you'd like to. And we can share over at the place too. Or I can let you go if you're tired. All right. Uh-oh. Remember. Oh, I have to tell you that. We all got a good chuckle for the last song on there because these two had a bet. If I die, you got to sing Tim McGraw's song at my funeral.
No, anyway, I don't know, me and him did pretty much everything together, and we spent years apart, and we never stopped communicating and talking, and hearing the stories about his faith and how much faith and optimism he had is a good thing. But while I was sitting here, I remembered a couple of times it wasn't a good thing. We had an idea one time that he goes, hey, there's this lake my friend told me about, we got to hike in, we'll be there like 2 days. I'm like, okay, well, I'll get the pack ready. And he goes, you take the tent and all the gear for sleeping, I'll pack food and all that. All right, sounds like a deal. So we get all ready and we're leaving Natchez, and I go, now are you sure we don't need to stop for food? He goes, nope, I got it covered. He's like, I packed food and we're gonna catch fish. I was like, oh, okay. I mean, that can work. So we get up there, hike in, get our camp all set up, and we fished all day. We didn't catch a thing. And I go, man, I'm starving. Can you get out that food you brought? And he reaches into his pack and he pulled out 4 cans of Bush's baked beans to last us for 2 days. And I go, you were really banking on that fish thing, weren't you? And then the other time, we got this great idea that we had nothing better to do after we ate dinner on Thanksgiving, and Kyle remembers this one. He got this great idea that we would take my Dodge Dakota pickup and try to cross Bethel Ridge Thanksgiving. So we're going, and the snow's getting a little deep, and I'm like, man, I don't think we're going to make it. He's like, no, you got this. Just keep going. Can't turn around now. You got this. Well, it'll be fine. We got stuck. Luckily, I had 1 bar of service, and I think it was like 10 or 11 at night by the time Kyle Hopkins got up there to pull us out. Kyle was in pretty disbelief at that point, but those are 2 stories where his faith, and he was optimistic, all right. But, me and him had the tendency to be really competitive with each other. We chased each other in wrestling our whole lives. And the one thing I'll say about him is he never once looked down at me for succeeding. He never had that competitive edge to wish bad on me. Instead, he was always there to support me, and he wanted me to win. He didn't want me to do bad. He wanted me to at least get to where he could go and then farther. And a lot of people don't know it, but my freshman year of college, I about hung up my shoes. I had a bad season. I went from being really successful to maybe 6 wins on the entire season, and I was about just tired of it. So Josh and Dad came up with this great idea that I'd go wrestle at U.S. Nationals in the spring. And I kind of started training on my own because my team was done for the year, and I was this close to just being done with the sport of wrestling. I got back together with Josh and Dad, and the 3 of us together at that tournament got me into the national semis, and I took 6th in the country, and I finished out my career. But that was the kind of outlook my brother always had. He always wanted success. And he didn't have a selfish bone in his body.